Hi everyone, welcome in or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about how you can buy K-pop concert tickets here in Korea if you are a foreigner living in South Korea. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. If you didn't know, BTS announced that they would be having 3 concerts here in Korea, in Seoul. So I think they announced this like in September or something like that. I've been a BTS fan for a few years now, and I knew that like if I could get these tickets, then that would be awesome. Like of course I'd want to go to their show. In the States, I haven't been to any of their concerts because they don't really go to Texas, and the times that they have been to Texas, it's only in the major cities. Where I lived in Texas is way too far for me to be able to go to any of these other cities. And of course, BTS is very popular. It's kind of hard to get your hands on BTS tickets because so many people are fans of them. And even if you're not even a fan, just to say that you went to a BTS concert, their tickets are basically high in demand. I feel like buying concert tickets, especially for a big group like BTS, is already crazy enough in the States. But then being here in Korea, it's a whole different story. Like it's way more complicated, especially if you're a foreigner and you don't understand or speak Korean well. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you some tips on how I was able to buy BTS concert tickets. And this isn't just for BTS. Like you can use this for any K-pop group or any kind of concert ticket buying when you are here in Korea. I have a whole list of tips and notes that I made. First, I'm going to give you tips on what you should do before the actual day of the tickets being sold. So basically how to prep before the madness begins. So I think specifically when it comes to BTS, the most important thing that you want to do is join their fan club. I was never a part of the fan club. I never really saw it as necessary, especially when I was in the States, because they would never come to an area near me. So there was no point in me being part of the fan club. Plus, it's extra money that I don't really feel like spending, if you get what I mean. If you want to go to a K-pop concert, especially for BTS, you need to join their fan club, because just like how concert tickets are sold in the States where they have like a pre-sale for the fans and stuff like that, it's kind of the same thing here. So there's like a pre-sale and then they have the general sale. But I think something that is a little bit different compared to how concert ticket sales, especially for BTS, were before, is that now BTS kind of use like a different system. I don't even know how to really explain it because I'm still new to this whole fan club thing. I don't usually even pay attention to it. So basically what it is that Big Hit Entertainment, or just BTS in general, use this app called Weebly. I don't know how to pronounce it. If you want to be part of the fan club, then you need to download this app and buy the fan club membership. The kit is $30. I mean, I think if you have the money and you know that you want to go to a BTS concert, then you definitely need to have this membership because you want to get a ticket during the pre-sale. Because BTS are so popular, their tickets are going to sell out before the opportunity for general sale people to even buy a ticket. Something that's different from how BTS used to sell their tickets online is that now there's like a raffle. How it works is that if you are a member of this fan club, then you are able to basically enter the raffle. So you can put your top priority of the dates that you want to attend. So for myself, I put Saturday first priority, second priority Sunday, and then last priority would be Tuesday. All the fans that want to go to this concert will enter the raffle, and who gets chosen, it's basically random. If you are chosen, there is an opening time period of where tickets will open up for those people that were chosen. You basically have first dibs on the seats to buy. If you aren't chosen, then there is a second chance to be chosen for a raffle, and then there's a second opening for tickets. If you aren't chosen again, then they have the pre-sale for just fan club members. And let me tell you, if you don't get tickets during the fan club part, the fan club opening, and then you're not going to get tickets during the general sale because everything will be sold out. So I definitely recommend joining the fan club if you are interested in buying BTS concert tickets, and honestly tickets for any other K-pop group that you are interested in. I know that right now this method that BTS is using, I think they're the only ones that have been using it and that started using it, but I think with this method it erases the opportunity for scalpers to buy tickets because the ticket has to be under your name, which has to be the same as what's on your ID. So There's no way that you could sell the ticket to someone. It just makes it more legitimate for actual fans to get the ticket instead of scalpers or people that are going to sell the ticket for like a ridiculous price. My next tip is for you to familiarize yourself with the ticket selling websites. For this concert, BTS decided to use Interpark to sell the tickets, and Interpark is very popular for K-pop groups, but also Melon is very popular as well. So I feel like these sites, they're very similar in each other. Like if you kind of get a handle of how the Interpark website works, then you can really navigate the Melon website very easily. But they are a little bit different. I would definitely suggest making an account for both of them, just in case whatever K-pop group that you are trying to see, maybe they're using multiple sites or they're using just one site for you to be able to buy tickets. But it's definitely helpful and useful to know how all sites work, just in case like you want to have your options open. For BTS, they used Interpark. When I bought tickets for the Mamamoo concert, they used Melon. It was pretty much like basically the same. So it was really easy for me to be able to know, oh, this is what I need to click, like this does this. Like it was very familiar to me. For me, I've never used any of the global sites. I've never used any of the Interpark or the Melon sites that are in English, just because I live here in Korea and I feel like those sites are more aimed towards foreigners that live overseas. For me, living here in Korea, I feel like it's more convenient to use the actual Korean site instead of the global site, especially since I'm using my Korean bank information. It's a lot more challenging, in my opinion, to use the global sites when you have a Korean bank account, a Korean card, and things like that. I would say if you are living here in Korea, get to know the Korean site. Another tip that I would give is for you to make sure that whatever account that you make, whether it's through Melon or Interpark, that you pretty much have everything filled out already. So when you make your account, you can add in your address, you can add in your phone number, you can add in whatever information you think will come up later. Just add it now because it's going to make checking out much more easier. When it comes to the Korean site, I'm not sure about the global site because I've only used the Korean site. You need to verify your phone number or your basically like verify that you are who you say you are. When you are going through this verification step, you can either verify it through your alien registration number or some kind of IPIN certificate. I've never done that because I don't know how that works, but you can also verify your identity through your phone number. So you do need a Korean number, and your Korean number is basically linked to your alien registration card. You have to type in your name exactly how it is on your alien registration card. Fill in your phone number, fill in the phone company that you're using, whether it's SKT, KT, LGU Plus, and put in your birth date. And then they will send a text message to your phone and you just have to verify that and you're pretty much good to go. I would say do that beforehand so that you're not trying to struggle and figure out, oh, what does this mean? What do I need to do while you're actually checking out? Because someone else could buy your ticket while you're busy trying to figure out, how do I verify this? It's much more better to do that beforehand instead of during the checkout when you're already stressed. I feel like me saying these things is probably sounding really confusing, so you definitely just want to check out the website instead of just listening to me just say do this and do that and do this and do that because this and that. But I feel like it's just gonna sound like, what is she talking about? So you definitely need to familiarize yourself with the website, because if not, then what I'm saying is just gonna sound like that makes no sense. That's confusing. I hope I'm making sense. I really hope I'm making sense. If anything I'm saying sounds really confusing or like you just need a little bit more explanation, then definitely just leave a comment below and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions to the best of my ability. I think that's pretty much it on all the things that you want to do before the actual day of the tickets going on sale. Join the fan club, make an Interpark and Melon account, and have everything pretty much filled out. Familiarize yourself with the website. Maybe even just do a practice run on buying a ticket, just a random ticket to any event, just so you can know how the website works. For me, when I was buying my Mamamoo concert ticket, that was pretty much like my trial run of seeing how the website works, because I'd never used the website before that. And it actually took me 3 days to figure out how to buy a ticket. I'm even surprised that there were tickets still left. And I even got a floor standing ticket. Like I was on the floor seeing Mamamoo. So I don't know how those tickets were still there. The hardest thing for me was just figuring out how to pay. how to pay for my ticket. So I have a Korean bank card and I have a Korean bank account. Sometimes Korean bank cards just don't work when you're trying to buy things online, and I've realized that for me, at least in my experience, when I'm trying to buy a train ticket online or if I'm trying to buy concert tickets online, my card information never works for some reason. I actually need to go to the bank and talk to them about that because that's really annoying and really frustrating. But I will talk about later how you can pay with your Korean bank account for concert tickets online and how it's really fast. So now the day of the actual concert tickets going on sale, which is basically the day of stress and madness and freaking out and just nerves everywhere. So for me, I didn't get any of the raffles. I didn't win the first round of the raffles and I didn't win the second round of the raffles, so I had to wait until the fan club pre-sale. So the day of the fan club pre-sale, pretty much everything is open. All of the tickets that were left over from the raffles and all of the seats are basically open for the fan club pre-sale. So if everything sells out, it's sold out. Like there's nothing that will go on sale during the general sale. So there could be some floor seats, there could be some okay seats, there could be some seats up in the back. I think something that people mention a lot about buying concert tickets in Korea is going to a PC방, which is like a PC computer room basically, where they have like fast internet connection, or having multiple computers, or having multiple tabs open, or using your computer and your phone and going with friends and stuff. I didn't do any of that. Like I just stayed at home in my apartment by myself with my one computer and one browser open. I was like, if this doesn't work, then it wasn't meant to be. Like I don't even know I don't know what I'm doing. Like basically that was my mentality. So I just did it by myself here at home in my apartment with my Wi-Fi, which I don't even think really is that fast even for Korean standards. But yeah, I just did it at home. So if I can do it, then you can do it. You definitely do want to make sure that your internet connection is good. You definitely want to make sure that you don't have other tabs open, don't have other applications open and things like that. I wouldn't suggest trying to buy the ticket on your phone just in case you need to translate things on Papago, or if you need to get like a verification text message or things like that. Like I would just say keep it just to your computer. That's my personal opinion. Do you need multiple computers? If you have it, go for it, but I didn't. I don't think having multiple tabs open is good either, just because that kind of slows down everything, and the site is already being crashed by so many fans trying to buy tickets at the same time. So I don't think having multiple tabs open is going to help you. You definitely need to have a timer on your computer. I will link below the website that I use that basically is like a world clock timer, and basically once it hits whatever time it is, that's when the tickets will open. My phone and my computer, like the time setting was like just a little bit behind, like just seconds behind, and that makes such a big difference. Like I feel like it doesn't sound like that big of a deal, but when it comes to something like this where there's thousands and hundreds of people that are trying to buy tickets at the same time, it makes a difference. I would say be on the site 20 or 30 minutes before the time for the tickets to be released opens, because I feel like I started noticing the site crashing like 10 minutes before and 5 minutes before. Like whenever you would refresh, it would just be like, this page is not available, like it's broken basically. There were like some panic moments where I was like, oh my gosh, like this is really happening. And also, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get the tickets because my site isn't working. You definitely want to use Google Chrome. I feel like I've mentioned this before in some videos that Korea is very technology advanced, but when it comes to the browser that Koreans prefer to use, they like using Internet Explorer. Not even Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer. Like we're in 2019 and they're still using Internet Explorer. Sometimes for some things it is better to use Internet Explorer. In this case, I feel like it really doesn't matter what browser you use, but if you don't understand a lot of Korean, using Google Chrome is definitely the way to go, because Google Chrome will automatically translate whatever website that you're using into the website that you need it to be. It won't translate everything, but for the most part, most things are going to be translated, which helps so much. There are some times where, you know, some things aren't going to be translated, and that's where you can come in with your phone and use Google Translate or Papago and be able to just take a picture and translate whatever you need on the go. When it gets to the time for you to pay for your ticket, I've only used the Korean site, not the global site, and I do have a bank account here in Korea. I would suggest doing a bank transfer instead of putting in your card information. Sometimes your card isn't accepted, or it's like hard to tell what to put for certain things with your card. So I would suggest doing a bank transfer. And the good thing about doing a bank transfer is that you have 24 hours to transfer the money to that bank account. Once you select that you're doing a bank transfer, that's really it. Like, you don't have to wait for it to process your card or do this or that. That's it. All you have to do is just use your next 24 hours to transfer that money to the account that they tell you to transfer it to. And they'll even send you a text message and send you an email of the account and all that stuff that you need to transfer the money to so that you can pay for your ticket. I feel like doing a bank transfer is honestly the best thing, the best option. Low key, I think that's one of the best things about banking in Korea. Like, banking in Korea is very complicated and stressful. I talked about it in a video that I made, basically explaining banking in Korea a little bit. But I feel like the method of bank transfers is so helpful, especially when Korean sites don't take your card for whatever reason. A bank transfer is always the way to go. Another option that I would pick is to have your ticket mailed to you. You can either have it mailed to you or you can pick it up at the venue. I personally would rather have the tickets in my hands, knowing that it's here, it's with me. I'd rather not go to the venue and then they tell me, oh, your ID doesn't match the name on the card, or it doesn't match the name on the ticket, or this and that, or whatever. I'd just rather have the tickets in my hands and know that, you know, I'm good. I don't have to worry about waiting in a super long line at the venue just to pick up my tickets, or what. I just don't want any excuses. I'd rather have the ticket mailed to me. So I think the fee for mailing your ticket is like 2,500 won, which is like less than $2.50. So, I mean, I don't care. Like, I'd willingly pay that, knowing that I don't have to get to the venue earlier to end up standing in line to get my tickets from the booth or whatever the case is. I just don't want any drama. I don't want any nonsense, basically. Another tip that I have that's really helpful is to keep checking the site, because whether you are getting a ticket during the pre-sale or if you are getting a ticket during the raffle or the general sale, because most people in Korea choose to buy tickets using a bank transfer since it's so much easier, you have 24 hours to send that money to that account. If you don't transfer the money within 24 hours, then your ticket is released. It's gone. It's done. So that means that anyone really could keep checking the site and see when a ticket appears, and you could buy that ticket immediately. Or people just decide, you know what, I want my money back, I don't want to go anymore, or I can't go for whatever reason. So definitely keep checking the site, because people could just release their tickets, especially with BTS, since one of their major requirements for buying tickets to their concert was that the name on the ticket and your actual ID need to match. Like, it has to be the same. If it's not the same, then you're not going into the venue. If I decided, you know what, I can't for whatever reason go to the concert, then I can release my tickets and someone else can buy it and make sure that their name on the ticket and their ID is the same, if you get me, instead of just me going to someone and selling them my ticket when my ticket already has my name on it. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Basically, just keep checking the site, because tickets can appear if people decide not to go, or if they just decide to get their money back, or they just ended up not being able to pay for the ticket, then their ticket is automatically released to someone else that can buy them. For a group as big as BTS and as higher in demand as BTS, it might be a little bit harder, but it's definitely possible to still find tickets. So my last tip is for you to just pray or meditate or whatever it is that you do to feel good, because this is a very anxious thing to do, especially knowing that there are hundreds and thousands of people trying to buy these tickets. And there are even people that don't even live in Korea, people that know that they're not even going to be able to go to this concert. They're just like, oh, let me try. You just don't know what will happen. I feel like you shouldn't stress out about it too much, because at the end of the day, it's just a concert. BTS and other groups are going to have concerts all the time. Just maybe it's just not the time. That's pretty much all the tips that I have about buying a concert ticket here in Korea, especially a BTS concert ticket. And that is pretty much how I bought my BTS tickets. So I will say that when I bought my ticket, my head was just in a whole mess. Like, yo, I'm really buying tickets for BTS? Like, I'm nervous. And I wasn't just buying tickets for myself. I had to buy tickets for myself and a friend. So that made it even more stressful that I needed to secure 2 tickets. And for me, I think I saw that there were quite a few floor seats. I think there were like 20 floor seats, something like that. And of course, my brain was like, try for the floor seats instead of just, you know, giving up on them. So of course I clicked the floor seats. And of course at this time as well, there are tons of other people clicking on the floor seats and other seats as well. So the site would like lag. So even if by the time I got to the page with the floor seats, they were all already gone. So then in my head I was like, no, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I need to go look at another section. And it was such a headache. So I didn't get the seats that I intended to get and that I wanted, but I'm still happy that I even got seats and tickets to even go. Like, I'm still in shock and like happy that I'm even going to the concert. Would I prefer to have better seats? Of course, I would love better seats, but just the fact that I'm even going like makes me super happy and excited. Unless, you know, you feel brave or you feel confident that you're gonna get them, just have a plan of the section that you would like to be in and focus on that instead of saying, oh, let me look at the floor seats, oh, I'll look at this one, oh, I'll look at that one. Because if you click on a section and someone else is already purchasing them, you can't like fully select it. You can see the section, but once you click it, it won't have like a black box around it. If it doesn't have that box around it, then that means someone is already checking that ticket out, so you need to move to another seat. After I had looked at the floor seats and I said, okay, let me look at the, I think it was the first or the second row, every time I would click on a seat, and there were tons of seats. Like, I mean, the whole entire section was full. When I would click on a seat, it wouldn't let me select it with the black box because that meant that someone else was already in the middle of purchasing it. So I had to keep moving. And at the same time, you know, the site is lagging, it's going slow because there's thousands of other fans on it as well. So I ended up getting a ticket in the 3rd row, in the third floor. Actually, I have the ticket right here. 3rd floor, it's all in Korean. I want to say 3rd floor, row 17. 3rd floor, row 17. I think that's what it is. So could I have gotten a better ticket? Probably, definitely. Do I regret looking at the floor seats first? Yes. But am I still happy that I'm even going to see BTS? Of course, I'm so happy. If I'm able to do a screen recording of how to buy tickets and show you like a practice of how to do it, then I will insert that. But if I'm not able to, then I'll just end the video. So here is the Interpark website. As you can see, I'm on Google Chrome and it automatically translates to English. So for the most part, most things are translated. So you can see that I'm logged in, and on the top I've selected ticket, and here's the concert tab. And you can scroll down and see BTS below, or you can also search BTS. Once you click the Speak Yourself final tour picture, it'll bring you up to the website, the site where you can buy the tickets. So here you can see that this is where you would click to go to the global site. So this is the site that is all in English, but of course I'm not going to be using that. But if that's your option, then go for it. But just realize that whatever account you use on the Korean site is not the same for the global Interpark site. So you will have to make a different account. So here you can see that all the tickets are 110,000 won. You can see the location of the concert, you can see the dates, you can see that the Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, and you just need to click the one that you want. Okay then, well, it looks like I guess we're not going to use the BTS concert dates as an example. So I'm just going to look for another random concert that's available. So it looks like Green Day is coming to Korea in March of next year. And so here you can see that there are several tickets for you to choose from. but there's only one date. So sometimes it'll show a calendar, sometimes it'll show a list of the different dates. So here it's only on the 22nd. Just make sure that you select it. And here you can also see the time of the concert, and you can see the tickets that are already sold out. So here there's only 53 seats left. So since their concert is only 19 and older, you would have to click the black button. And once you click the black button, it'll take you to the site for you to select the tickets. So what you really want is the site that has the red button. That's really what's important. So here again, you can see that there's these different prices, but there's still only one date. So just select the day that you want, and then press the red button. So again, just make sure that the date and the time is selected. And again, you can see that there are 53 seats left. So once you see that the button is blinking orange, that's what you want. So again, you can see the exact sections and you can see the prices, and you also have the seating map, so you can see exactly what you want. So you can either click the actual section of the seating map, or you can click the seats on the side. So what's good about clicking the seats on the side is that you can see exactly what area has what number of seats. So as you can see, the blue ones, there's only 2 in one section. So we'll click that. And here you see that there aren't any seats available. So when I was buying tickets for when I was looking at the floor seats for BTS, I noticed that there were nothing. And that meant that people had already just bought them. So I guess the site hasn't refreshed yet. But yeah, if you see that there aren't any seats, then that means that they're not available. We can check another section instead. So in this section, there are some seats, and when you see an orange box, that's what you want. When you click it, it has to have the gray black box around it, and the button needs to be glowing orange. That's exactly what you want. You can also see that you're on the 3rd floor, 28th section, row 2, seat 11. That's exactly what you want. So you click the orange box, and you're going to select the number 1 because you're buying 1 ticket. So here on this page, it'll have most of your information filled out if you already filled everything in on your profile account. So this means that you want it mailed to you. The above selection means you'll pick it up at the venue. Here, I'm not really sure what these are. It's just special things that you want added to your ticket. I usually select the last one or the first one, but it doesn't really matter. And here you're going to put your birthday. This is your phone number, your email, and your name. And it has to be exactly the way it is on your alien registration card or your passport or whatever form of ID that you're going to show at the venue. Here is your address. If you already have your address pre-filled in your account, then you're just going to click this tiny, small little square button, and it'll automatically fill everything in for you. So I'm just going to select the button so I can keep going. And it won't let you go through because I didn't put my birth date in. So here is to pay. So there are many options for you to pay. You can put in your credit card information, which is the first selection. The second selection is to pay with Kakao Pay. They also have a way that you can pay with your phone number, which I've never done that. But the third option is how you would do a bank transfer. So once you click the third option, all you have to do is just click from the drop-down menu, whatever Korean bank account that you have. And there you can see that that's the deadline for you to send the money. And then you would just click the red button and then click to the next page after you select that you agree with everything. And that's really it. Once you're done with that, you just have to transfer the money, and that's it. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that it was helpful. If you were thinking of, or if you were wondering how to buy K-pop concert tickets in South Korea if you are a foreigner, if you have any questions or if anything that I tried to explain was confusing, then definitely leave a comment below and I will try my best to explain it in an easier way. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!